What's going on, everybody? Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. We done almost made it through another week. Give yourselves a round of applause. Give yourselves a round of applause. Man, today, my friend Ray is going to be joining us on the show tonight. Shout out to my barber, Joe. Ray got a dark Caesar this week. I decided to get rid of the fade. I think it, makes me look a little bit more stoic. I don't know. I mean, handsome either way. But shout out to my barber haircut, Joe. I don't have the banner up right now, but you'll see it. If you need a chop, he is off Fondren, the southwest side of Houston. If you ever come to Houston, you need to get a decent haircut. I'm going to show you where to go. Haircut, Joe. Man. So right now I'm waiting on my friend Ray. Ray is late. He said he is coming. So until Ray gets here, I'm going to fill y'all in on what we're talking about today. Today, we are talking about the recent election. I hope everybody voted. I hope you did your civic duty and got down the way that you were supposed to get down. Unfortunately, our good sister, Jasmine Crockett, did not get the nomination, but we do have a Democrat on the ticket who could do something. I don't know if he can win. Hope it's not another Beto saga, but he does have promise. So hopefully we can rally the troops. But I'm gonna save all of that for when Ray hop on. So we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about some of the other elections. We made history in Harris County recently as well. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about the war in Iran and what that's looking like and how that may make people feel. I'm interested to know how all of you feel, what you know about it, the ins and the outs. We're gonna get into that as well. I do have some new music that I am going to be previewing. My good friend Freddie ING, hailing from the West Coast, somewhere in the Los Angeles area. That's what he says. I don't know if he's really from there. I think he's from like Wyoming or something, if I'm going to be honest. But he's an amazing artist, an immaculate producer. The boy is gifted. He just understands sounds and rhythms, and he's a bit of a savant. And he helped to produce, or he produced, this lovely lady's album. It is called Now or Later. You can hear it on Spotify. It is dope. Her name is Neptune. You can follow her at the Nymph on all her social medias. And I am going to get into the first track of the day by Neptune. The song is called Treat Me. It is fire. It is fire. It's amazing. Here's Treat Me by Neptune. Let me know what you think.
But what the hell is a lesson I need to learn from this fool? Truth hurts and lies are worse, cause I showed you real. Got a bitch on the edge, thinking of going in for the kill. Don't show me no more love, don't even look my way. Don't think of me, don't dream of me, I hope you forget my name. Treat me like you don't love me. Treat me like you don't want me. Treat me like you don't love me. Treat me like you don't.
So that was Neptune with Treat Me. Man, I am hot. Turn on a fan or something. Hold on, y'all. Jesus. All right. So my brother Ray is having some technical difficulties, so we're gonna roll along, you know what I'm saying, till he can pull up on us. So let me go back, let me refresh. Follow Freddie ING, the Neft and Nymph on all social media platforms right now. That song was jamming. I got ahead of myself, a little frazzled, but I'm back. It was jamming. The production was amazing. Shout out to Fred. We got another one coming along. But so, like I said earlier, I hope you voted. I hope you did your duty, right? Like, it's the thing to do. There were a lot of different primaries going on across the country, and Democrats showed out. Like, there were a lot of Democrats who showed up. Like, we can clearly see that there's some excitement going on in the electorate, which is a very, very, very positive thing. Here in Texas, I think we have some pretty competitive races going on, but I do want to say this. It's been on my mind. I've been seeing a lot of people online, in which, rightfully so, they're upset, right, that the Congresswoman lost to James Talarico, but I've been seeing a lot of people posting things, encouraging Black women not to vote in a general, stuff like that, which, I truly believe that that's not going to be the case. But for those of you who could be influenced by these disgruntled people, the whole point of us being in a party, right, like the Democratic Party, is to be able to advance like the ideals of the organization in which we chose to be a part of. Right. So primary is friendly, me versus you, right? We got to have that one-on-one to advance somebody to the next level. Now, whatever you feel about this person, or whatever you feel about the people who voted for the person that was not your person, right? Whatever you feel about those people. What's happening, Ray?
Whoa, what's down?
What's ham? Hold on, let me put my headphones on. I'm in the middle of my rant. Ray Swan, everybody. Raynell, New Orleans' very own. You with me? You can hear me?
I can hear you. I'm not. You're not coming through my headphones right now. I'm trying to switch it over.
Right on. I'm gonna finish my rant.
I can go ahead and say what you're saying.
Whatever you feel about the people who voted for the person that was not your person, feel those feelings for sure. But do not mess up the overall mission and responsibility as people who have decided to participate with said party. We have to win, and we need everybody to win. Yes, it is unfortunate, and we could go down a crazy rabbit hole about why it didn't happen the way that you felt like it should happen. But at the end of the day, the goal is to oust the other party. It is to outvote the other party. So we have to build a coalition so that we can protect our interests. If we do not do that, we are going to continue to not be heard. We're going to continue to lose space. We're going to continue to lose resources. We have to build a coalition so that we can win. Ray, you got some background noise going on over there.
Give me 1 second. I'm going to take care of it.
I just want to say that. I don't want to get too deep into what this person did versus what that person did or is going to do or whatever. Not saying that. What I'm saying is this. We have to have some coherent streamline of thought if we are going to win in November. Now, you can argue with me about it. I don't care. I don't care. You can fight with me about it. Be mad. I don't care. But what I'm saying to you is this. Make sure that when November come along, like whatever it is you feel about like your candidate not winning, right? Like let those feelings go away. Please. Like that's my 1-2 about that. Right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Let me go back into it. My brother, my friend, Mr. Raynell Swan has joined the conversation with me today. Ray is somebody whose opinion I value heavily. Military veteran, father, entrepreneur, one hell of a cook. If you ever chef, mind you, let me come correct. If you are ever in the third coast area and you need anything catered, like meal prepped, anything like that, hit up my boy.
Yeah.
Let him introduce himself a little bit more.
What's good, people? You already heard him. They call me Ray, Chef Ray Swan from New Orleans. Not really the political cat, but Japan seems to truly care about my point of view in terms of when it comes down to the unseen. I like to dib and dabble in the unseen. I am an Air Force vet, tactical air medivac to be exact. Served 2 tours during after 9/11 during Iraqi Freedom. So I like to bring my military expertise to the table along with a spiritual edge to it, if that's okay. But yeah, the rest you just hit me out. Here's go back and forth and take what you could. I do come with a disclaimer. Believe nothing I say. I'm not here to tell you the truth about anything. One thing I feel as a scholar, I'm not able to give you the truth. You have to discover that for yourself. So anything I say that may seem off the wall is for entertainment purposes strictly. I'm here to lie to you. Is what I'm here to do today. Go ahead.
Hope you get some knowledge out of these lies that you telling today.
Hopefully, whatever you get, it's on you. You know what I'm saying? It's on you. I'm not. Hey, you. I can give you my truth from my perspective, and that's all I got to give. When you take what you and you don't, but like I say, don't believe me, and that's not what we here for. You know what I'm saying? It's just for you to take with a grain and think for a second. That's what I like to do. I like to enforce the thought process.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, we can get into the military part of it. We can go
Okay.
ahead and dig into that now, right? Like, so
Right.
as you all know, we are at war with Iran. And right now we are having it's an airstrike war. So, no one is on the ground right now
Mm-hmm.
at this current time.
Mm-hmm.
And, I don't know. I mean, I don't like war. And as far as like international policy, global affairs is concerned, I'm an isolationist, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that we should attack until provoked, right? You know what I mean? I
Mm-hmm.
do, understand that like as a country, as America, we do have to protect our interests, both
Mm-hmm.
home and abroad, right? And we got Navy bases, all over the world,
Mm-hmm.
so on and so forth. There are American citizens that have been dispatched internationally that we definitely need to protect, and our business
Mm-hmm.
need to be protected as well. I understand the business, right? I understand like how that is supposed to work, but at this point in time, right now, like in America, the things at home aren't right, right? Like, and
Mm-hmm.
we got both sides, right? We got the Republicans saying like there was an imminent threat, right, to American interests here. There was an imminent threat, to us here at home, and didn't choose this window to act, then we could lose our ground, right? Like, and we don't
Mm-hmm.
want to do that. And then you got the Democrats who they're like they were in the rooms with while these discussions were happening, and we didn't feel that, right? So like
Mm-hmm.
as people, right, as the listeners, right, and this is the you know this is the I don't know if this is necessarily because we talk about this, the esoteric part of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like the political theater is jarring, right? Like,
Right.
because now we got a lot of smoke and mirrors going, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we are largely confused, right? Because there is no specific reason for like why this happened or what's going,
Mm-hmm.
things in that nature.
Mm-hmm.
And, no, they are not, like, right? Like, and that's the thing, right? Like, war, like in war, people like in war, sadly, like casualties happen, like, which is terrible. which, like, why, I don't know, maybe I might just be too hippie, but why we can't just talk it out, right? Like, we,
Right.
yeah, just like have a minute, and but like we can't.
Uh, or like you said, let's examine the smoke in the mirror. All right, it's like I ask you all the time, like what's really going on, right? From our perspective, we view things from the television, right? And it's that can be trippy, understanding that everything in life, that every decision that we make is truly embedded in the projection that we receive via our phones, via our televisions, what we listen to, what we read in the newspaper. And with that said, all of these tools, in terms of how we get this information, have one thing in common. They're all controlled by one group of people. And I'm not gonna get into who those people are just yet, but I want us to like really, really like think about that. As a vet and who's as a war vet, combat vet, who's been in conflict and seen conflict and what it really looks like, I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this. It's not what you see on TV. It's not what they're telling you on TV. Although some of that is factual. Do people die? Yes, people die. Lives are taken. Do I agree with it as a military member? Did I agree with it as a military member? The answer to that is no. And to actually see it up front is devastating, right? I don't wish war on any group of people. Matter of fact, when I took an oath, our oath, or when we go to war, let me put it like that. When we go and have these conflicts, we not set to really do harm to individuals. Me being in the Air Force, we don't bomb cities, we don't bomb people. There's rules. There's these rules of engagements, should I say, comes down to how war is played out. It is a game, and you can't just do certain things within war. Can we take out infrastructure? Yes, we do take out infrastructure, communications, weapons, artillery.
I want to interject real quick because
Go
that
ahead.
you making a good point, right? I was listening to NPR earlier, and they did.
Hmm.
I don't know where it was, but like they blew up a school, and the school was close to like an installation, just like similar to what you're describing, right?
Right.
Like
So,
it's something
so
that is vital to them being able to either have defense or replenish themselves like during wartime, right? Because the goal is to to make sure that you don't have so that you can cave, right?
all
Like,
right. So the top to finish what I was saying, that's true.
mhm.
But the falsehood in that is the story that you receive. You might have got it from NPR and it says some student or a school got hit. Now, let's say that's how the propaganda works. This war propaganda.
Right.
If I told you that there's really no war going on, like I said, don't believe me. But what if I told you that there was really no war going on and we didn't really bomb anything? It's hard to kind of fathom that because you're seeing it on the TV screen, right? You observing this, and the news is telling you, and this reporter is telling you, like, hey, we bombed this, we hit this, right? When we do strikes, right? The Air Force, when we do strikes, or Navy, when we do strikes, before we do strikes, everything is evacuated. Everything is evacuated, all facilities. If we know exactly what we're going to strike, even if the enemy is there, we allow them to evacuate. We target certain individuals for reasons we about to really get into. So in speaking on this deal with Iran, for
So
example,
wait,
right?
so okay, so for context, right?
Uh,
Like, that you've been on the ground, right? You were there,
right.
like you
Hmm.
seen like how it played out, and
Right.
what you experienced. You are saying that what you experienced is not like now that you're home and you're seeing it play out from another perspective. That what
Hmm.
you experience is not correlating to what you're being shown.
The public, right?
Right.
Like that gets truth get intertwined with a lie because there's propaganda, there's an agenda, so to speak, and the agenda is fear. So as an individual, it's important that you start to kind of identify and listen for certain things. If you hear fear from the jump, it's propaganda. It's one thing to inform, but it's another thing to inform and then leave no result,
Mm-hmm.
or to seek a result. And the same rule applies when it comes to who we choose in terms of who we listen to in terms of politics, or who's in this position and that. The one thing you don't want to adhere to is give into is the fear element.
Mm-hmm.
I'll always question the fear element. The fear element is what drives this. It's the whole reason Iran exists today. Iran is a proxy for terrorism. That's the story you heard and everything else. Some people might not realize that. And what I mean by that, the terrorism that's coming out of these areas, not just Iran, other organizations or factions within the Middle East exist. They all have one thing in common. They all what I like to call agents, and they all funded by a certain entity. In most cases, or in the past, we funded the terrorists.
Sometimes we did.
Well, I'm gonna say all the time because, truth be told, like I said, in most cases nothing is really going on, and you can't have that. You can't generate finance that way.
Right.
Like in our financial system, which is a fractional reserve financial system, is debt backed. And in order to keep and manipulate the market, you need war.
Mm-hmm.
You need war. Now, in the military, we train for war, but we really meant to serve and protect the Constitution. And what that is to protect the people from the government. Most people don't understand that. A military member is sworn the oath to protect the people by way of the Constitution from a tyrant government.
So let me jump
Go
in.
ahead.
Well, let me jump in here with a question, right?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So as far as right, like, cause so I don't know if y'all know, right, but Iran is a theocracy. And a theocracy is a government that is run by religion, right? And so they, chose the most strategic time to blow up the supreme leader, right? And so now they got to get a new supreme leader. But we know that the president doesn't have a specific agenda for this war. I mean, he's not really using the words regime change.
Well, no, because Trump don't want regime change. That's not why he bombed Iran. That's not why he taking Iran out. Trump is taking Iran out because Iran is actually the last stronghold to keep this fractional reserve financial system in play. Everything flowed, our whole financial system, with what we deal with on a day-to-day banking, flows through terrorism. Blood. Like I was explaining, the terror aspect is generated to keep fear as the narrative. Those in place, let's say, though, that religious regime, right? That religious regime is funded by government institution, our very own government institution, intelligence, should I say, CIA, MI6, possibly Mossad. But CIA and Mossad are one and the same from my standpoint. Like I say, I'm lying to y'all right now. Don't believe none of this is what I'm telling you. I'm gonna say that over and over. And the way it's set up is to, let's say, me and you, Japan, we in this terrorist organization, or we CIA, or we some type of 3-letter agency, right? Our goal is to generate as much fear as possible. So what I'm gonna do, we're gonna team up, we're gonna plant a bomb here, we're gonna plant a bomb there, we're gonna plant a bomb there. We're gonna do this all the way till we infiltrate a system. When Trump say, I gotta hit them before they hit us. Well, the administration before this one we have right now opened the borders up. And as a military member, I said to myself, that's the worst thing you could do. Because ask anybody who enlisted, we pride ourselves on nobody able to get over here and hit us. You can't get to us by air. We have missile defense system. You can't get to us by water. If you can't get to us by water, how can you get to us by land? There is one way. And if I was a terrorist, this the way I would do it. I would open the borders and come through illegal immigration. Why illegal immigration? If the borders is open, I'll set up sanctuary for those individuals. I'll set up funding and housing for those individuals. And where are they going to be housed at? In the lowest income area. I work for the government now. I observe this on a day-to-day basis with immigrants, legal and illegal, right? You really don't know who's who, to be honest with you. So with that, that becomes very alarming because there's this thing called sleeper cell. And a sleeper cell could be right next to you, especially if you're in a low income area. So when somebody say I gotta hit them, I gotta hit the head first because there might be some intel of something going on within our comfortable way of living. You understand what I'm saying? Second to that, Trump is also collapsing our financial system intentionally because
we're gonna get.
All right, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. But I'll end it as saying this: you in just to think about what you see and play out right now may be playing out. It may have played out already, and you watching it like it's recorded. I think the thing we need to ask ourselves is how is this affecting us as individuals today?
Yeah, gas high.
And is it okay?
Gas high.
All right, gas high. Let's go with it. All right. But if we're gonna speak on the prices of anything, like inflation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like we could get into tariffs and everything else. We're a nation that rely on import, but we have all the resources here. But that's by design. There's only one way to fix that, and that's to take in money. But the problem is it's not an overnight fix.
Well, hold on. We got a comment. I got this good comment. Tracy said, correct me if I'm wrong, but 9/11 was carried out by bin Laden. Didn't they come in illegally?
That's wrong. That's wrong.
Were in through Mexico. So before Ray get on his soapbox, I'm going to comment.
That's wrong. That's wrong. We'll go into it though. That's not what happened.
Get on his soapbox. Right, like you know what I'm saying.
Right
now, Tracy, I don't disagree with you. Like with the in the context in which how you're stating that, I don't disagree. Right, but I also don't think what Ray is saying is that like the illegal immigrants from Mexico are like sleeper cells. Like
no,
he is speaking on this from a national security standpoint as like if we right like. We live here in America, like in our American bubble. And, whether you like it or not, right? Like that we don't want everybody to come here. Like, I mean, and it could be like, I don't know if it should be that utopian where like everybody and anybody can just kind of come in and out. There will be no point of borders, right? So like if we trying to preserve like our American thing, like our resources, stuff like that, then just like any other club, you need to be admitted in. Like, we need to make sure
you gotta be vetted.
You gotta make sure you're not coming to hurt nobody.
Yeah, you gotta be vetted and you gotta participate.
Right. We're not saying that you treat those people harshly or anything like that. Like they're people, they're human beings. Like they for some reason they wanted to come here. For some reason they wanted to live here with us. And that's awesome, right? Like they may have a lot to contribute to our society. But the people that he is referring to are not those people. He's referring to people who are sent here by organizations that are anti-America, right? Like the Taliban, like, the Iran, like Hezbollah,
ISIS, all of that.
Like organizations like that who will send people who, may not fit the general description, what you think those people look like, right? Like, because Islam don't have no color.
Yeah, you don't know what they look like.
Truly, honestly and truly, and this not a stab at it, right? But these are Islamic organizations who have a war beef with Israel and America, right? For reasons that some of them make sense, some of them don't, right? But as far as it being like a reason to secure the borders from that perspective, in a defensive perspective, like I think that's fair, right? Not saying that we ride around, right? Like I've said in other episodes, like we goddamn Gestapo and we terrorizing kids and stuff like that. I hope y'all seen Christy Noem get railed all over the internet. Thank God they fired her. I don't know how
They
you feel.
didn't fire her. She got promoted.
She got
She got promoted. She
she
got a bigger.
that's it.
She got promoted.
What is
She
that?
really got promoted.
No,
The
what is
news
that?
say she got fired,
The new
but
the,
but my feedback, my ears say she got promoted.
she did they trying to put it. I seen both, right? Like
Right. She got promoted.
I watched PragerU, I watched CNN, I watched MSNBC. I look
I
at
watched
all the
Trump.
I watch him too.
I
Like
watched Trump. I watched Trump every move.
Like I watch him too. Like I understand people who like he disgusts me and stuff like that, but he's the president of the country, and like we kind of need to know what he's doing. Like you might not like it, but like the stuff he do, it affects your pockets, right? Gas is high. Okay, wait, all right, cool. So look, we're gonna back up. We're gonna back up, right? Like what I'm saying, we having fun. It's going down. You know what I'm saying? My boy Raynell is in the building. You feel me? Look, man, I'm gonna hit the gong right now. You know what
It's
I
the
mean?
goal, man.
You know, the gong going. You feel me? We got the sensei in here dropping the jewels. You feel me? Is he telling the truth? Is he not? We
I'm
don't
not.
know, right? You know what I mean? But I mean, the shit makes sense though. Like it don't not make sense. And I mean that's the thing. I'm gonna get into this next song by Neptune. You know what I mean? But I do want to say briefly. Oh, hold on. We got Tracy say we should protect our borders. Absolutely. Yeah. Nah, Tracy.
What
Let me
Tracy
tell
said.
you about Tracy, dog. Like Tracy is one of the coolest human beings that I ever met in my whole life. Like Miss Tracy Peace, I went up to Michigan to go and work for an organization called the Progressive Turnout Project. And our task, right? I'm a little off subject, but I love this lady so much. I just want to tell everybody about it. Our task was to increase voter turnout in this section, right? We was in Michigan's 11th congressional district. Haley Stevens, I believe that is her name. I don't think I ever forget it. She's so cool. She was the first lady and first Democrat to like hold that office in like years. And I remember the day she won, she was in the parking lot of our office because our office was down the street from hers, dancing to "Drop It Like It's Hot" by Snoop Dogg. Like that was one of the most humanizing experiences I ever had, like with an elected official, because when you see these people, right, you don't really view they are like it's kind of like rappers and entertainers and stuff like that. That's how people
They're
view them,
not robots.
right? Like, but you watch them on TV, and like a lot of times you're so disconnected that we process them like that, right? And
Absolutely.
this was like younger in my career, and I was up there in Michigan and we worked so hard. Tracy worked so hard with me. Like I learned so much from her about connecting with people, like just such a person with such passion and drive. Like yeah, she's awful now. She's a turncoat. That's what I'm like, yo, like, it's people like Tracy, like on the trail when we campaigning, when we are trying to get the vote out, like, and trying to like build this coalition, like, because the whole thing is, and I mean, if the Democratic Party didn't exist, Tracy is a person who I know would stand shoulder to shoulder with me in a resistance against anything oppressive. Like, and that is, I think, just the general sense of like what people are saying that they are missing right now is that kind of camaraderie with other people who will speak up and speak out against things that are unfortunate for others and ways that we can like help improve society as a whole. So that's my little rant. Trace, I love you, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna read about Haley. Like she was cool then. But I hope she's still cool now. So before we hop back in this, I hope y'all are enjoying Ray's lesson on military smoke and mirrors.
That's what you see. Yeah, I'm with it. I'm with it though.
But I think it is some valuable information. It's just because a lot of people don't know, right? Like a lot of people don't know. Like how many of y'all know that Iran and Israel and America, like they was cool before?
Yeah,
Long time ago.
Iran and Israel got a real tight relationship still to this day. In fact,
Now we're gonna have to dive into that after this.
all right, go ahead. Take yours.
Break. So
Take
we
your
got
little break. You hear me?
from Neptune, right? The first one was tight. Treat Me. It's jamming. You see the names on the bottom of the screen here. Follow them on their socials. Listen to the music. You can find Neptune on Spotify. I think I got a banner for that right here. Yeah, here we go. You can find it on Spotify. Yeah, let's get into it. It is called Now or Later by Neptune.
Yo.
YouTube yes, that's your threshold. Your boundary. And that comes with the conditional shit, like that unconditional love shit. Like if you was anybody else, I would not allow this shit to happen. But because it's you, I tolerate that shit.
Might get you fucked. Questioning if you'll be here long enough to talk me through my favorite. The one where you act like a real nigga. Go figure, you figure that's my favorite type. I'm the wifey type. BIC like Tory at the end is giving, I'm the price. Pick your fate and be sure to avoid your demise. I'm trying to give you in-house, make it easy for you to fly. So why don't you do me a favor, choose now or later. Certainty. Try my best to break the habit. Patience is currency. You don't make it much easier doing. I let you do. Getting all in my head. Snatching my back and legs. Doing that shit you do when you come and see me. To wanna cook and clean and put it on you every night. I fight the urge to give in to my thoughts and ask you. Do me a favor, choose now or later.
Yo, we are back. That was Now and Later by Neptune. I love her voice. Fun fact, I don't know if I said this earlier. My partner Freddie ING, his name is now showing here at the bottom. He produced that track. He produced both of the tracks. I believe he produced all the tracks on the album. So if you are, ever in need for some dope production. It doesn't even matter the kind of production. That boy can do anything. He can make jingles for the radio. You need campaign songs. You need music for TV commercials, ads online. It doesn't matter. Like very versatile. Can make you whatever you want. Can find the artist to be able to do what you need. Voiceover artist, whatever kind of artist. Hit him up. Get what you need. Freddie ING. Thank you, Neptune and Freddie, for those beautiful musical selections. I'm on Twitter right now, Ray. Look at that. Let me share it with you. Right. So it says that right, this the tweet right here. Iran is run by religious fanatics. And they all in there, praying for the army to be able to, remove everybody from their spaces.
You watching the movie?
I'm all here. I don't know, man. I just, I read the teachings of Jesus, and that just don't align. I mean, and maybe I'm missing something, right? You know what I mean? And I'm gonna find out. Now, what I'm not gonna do right now on here with you, sir.
What? What?
I'm not gonna go any further into that.
Oh yeah, we're not gonna do that today. I mean, I'm not gonna even do that. No, it's all good though. But I love Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Jesus was a revolutionary. Jesus flipped tables over. Jesus didn't deal with peace. He dealt with the sword. He didn't come for peace. He came for the sword. So I fool with that wholeheartedly. Like I'm coming with the sword every single time. You know what I'm saying? I rock the sword. You know what I'm saying? I think when it comes down to that individual, I think it's a lot of misinformation around that individual and who he actually was by way of Paul. But that's, like I said, that's a whole nother story.
Yeah. We ain't gonna get into that today.
Right. Now we're not gonna get into that.
We're not getting into that today. But I do think I do find it funny, right? Because I know that, like, in the right, like, in the when we say is it the pledge allegiance to the flag, one nation under God, right? Like how like a nation similar to the Ottoman Empire, right, where like it's multi-religious, you know what I mean? Like
I think you gotta do some like you say, I pledge allegiance to the flag for the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God. That phrase is like, is God outside of you or inside of you? Is God giving you your thoughts and your ideas and you acting them out? You know what I'm saying?
Is that what you believe? That
I don't deal in belief.
No, what I'm saying is, as far as I'm talking about the intent of the creators of said script.
All right, like, so let's ask ourselves a question: who created it? Were they us or were they them?
I don't know. I mean, like, it wasn't no Negroes made the Pledge of Allegiance.
I beg to differ.
Let's find out.
I beg to differ. And mind you, when it come down to navigating that information, remember when it come down to researching that information, what I learned in backtracking our ancestry here in this nation, I find that it's a bit whitewashed.
Very true.
But what I mean by that is, when you look back into the history, you find white faces centered around the foundation, like foundational fathers. You see white faces, but in my research, that those white faces been painted white. They were actually black. And like I said, you got to really go dig for yourself. This place wasn't always one may call America. Before that, this where the Moorish Empire, this where technology was. This where
even if that is true, them people didn't write the Pledge of Allegiance.
Well, I'm not gonna say. I'm not here to tell you that they did or they did. Or I'm not here to tell you that we did or we didn't. That's not what I'm here. I'm here to say, go dig and see what you find. I've been doing research in terms of just like finding who I am since I was 25 years old. I'm 44. And that's all I do every day. I cut the TV off a long time ago and I just went in. And with once you tune out the program, what you do is you allow yourself to speak. You allow yourself to project your own reality into a space, into a room. You allow yourself to see everything and to hear everything. So I'll say start there. And then what you discover might be what I'm saying. It might resonate later on. I'm sure it's not resonating today. I'm more than
No,
positive.
for sure.
For some, for most, you know what
So
I'm saying? And why but even that narrative, why not that narrative? Why
why not?
not that narrative? Why would we give in terms of supremacy, right? In terms of supremacy, why give another version of ourselves, be it lesser or greater, that narrative? They have
Okay,
this type of supremacy when I turn on the projection, when I turn on my phone, when I read the paper, it's us in a superior form that's being either exploited or acknowledged in some type of way.
okay, so
That's
with
supreme.
but so okay, wait. So let me get my thoughts together.
Go ahead.
But I can't refute with what you are saying, right? Like I can't refute that. Like now, if there is further evidence that can disprove, right? Like, cause I'm here for, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, black people being the coldest race of people on the earth. Totally here for that. Like, and not saying that like a black person could not have, you know what I'm saying, created the Pledge of Allegiance or written the Constitution or whatever.
Or design
Like,
the flag,
right?
that red, white, and blue.
Not saying that. Not saying that. What I am
Mhm.
saying is right now, in this moment, that's not something that can be proven like outright.
I mean, you
So,
gotta show you really have to show yourself. And so you have a choice. You can
well, wait.
you could go with the flow. You
Let
could
me
go with the
interject.
flow.
Let
Wait,
me
hold
interject.
on. I'm gonna just say this right. You can go with the flow,
But what is
or
the
you can
flow?
opt out. The flow, what you see, what you've been shown, is the flow. Never mind who gave it to you, whose story. Because this quote that I love: "The winners of the war control the narrative."
This is very true. Not this.
So the question is, were we conquered at some point? And at what point were we conquered? And at what point was our story rewritten? That's the norm. Whatever you find there, that's what our norm. That's the everyday flow. We were slaves brought on ships. You dig? And colonists came over here and they had these red Mongolian Native Americans here, and and they stole the land from them and brought us here, and we worked the free labor. We gave them free labor and all of that stuff, right? That's the story. That's the norm. That's what you was taught in school. That's what they reinsert in the movie theater with the slavery movies and Roots and stuff like that. What you have to start to wonder and question, which is why am I being allowed to see this if I'm so oppressed?
Not
Why am I allowed to
disagreeing.
read this? Let me finish. Why am I allowed to read this and take this in if it's going to benefit me in that narrative?
Okay, not disagreeing with this, but as it stands right now, what you are saying, we can't show nobody, can't show them that. Now, the school of thought that everything is not what it seems is valid, but right now in this moment, like that's not something that we can like hold up a candle and give light to. Like,
Well, I got another quote I like to use, and it's you only oppressed by your willingness to participate. You got a choice. And in most cases, as a collective, we choose to participate collectively. Why? Because we fear isolation. We fear being alone in our thoughts. You know what I'm saying? That's why we look to social media to see if somebody thinking like you, to see if somebody gonna post something that you agree with. But what happens when you don't agree with it? You tune it out. till you find something you agree with. Over and over, you go with the program. I disagree with it all.
I mean, and
That way, I'm open.
I don't. So I don't disagree with that school of thought. I don't but if it's not something that if it's something that I feel, if it's something that I feel to be true, I won't speak on it. If it's something that I feel to be true. So if I tell you that this is what's going on, right, I know that I know that my hand is brown. Like that's something I feel to be true. I can show you why I feel that.
Well, you know that because
Well,
you can
no, I
see it
mean
and you can show
no,
that.
no, because in what you just said, right? Like there is a specific program. Somebody came up with color, somebody came up with numbers, somebody came up with words, right?
Well,
Like those
that's this thing. There's this variable
are
you
things.
there's a variable you leave out, and it's called principle.
I mean,
And
I don't.
principle is the undeniable truth. It always will be that anytime you look
That's
upon it.
that's no. That's not necessarily true because like what may be brown to me is not brown to you. So like truth, right? Like we're talking about truth. Who did what? How can we prove what happened? What is really real, right? Even going back to
All
our
right,
discussion. Hold on,
give
wait. Let me
me.
going back to our talk about what I'm saying, the war, right? Like because
Mhm,
no one knows what's true, right? You know what I mean? No one knows what's true.
mhm,
There's a lot of like ping, 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 because
mhm.
this over here feels that this is true. This group over here feels that this is true. There's no universal streamline of consciousness that connects these truths at all. And because those truths exist in this sphere, and it is, largely like religious or spiritual based, which is what you were describing as far as knowing, right? Because I can go on Google, right? I can go on Google like I did and type who wrote the Pledge of Allegiance. Now, not disagreeing with you that it may be a smoke and mirror that a Negro wrote the Pledge of Allegiance and that those lyrics were stolen by a colonizer and repurposed for the fact of it being a white thing. Same thing with the flag and any other thing that Negroes may have made in the past that we can't particularly prove. I'm not disagreeing with that. I think that my disagreement on the surface is that because we can't inherently prove it. It I feel as though it is unteachable. Yes.
Well, it's not our duty as individuals to teach. We can't.
I
Like I
disagree.
said, can't. I'm not like even in everything I'm telling. I'm speaking. I'm not teaching anything. I'm offering an opportunity. I'm not teaching you nothing because you can't account for nothing I'm saying. I don't have receipts at this moment to give you. And even if I had those receipts, is it the truth? You can still opt to disagree with that, is what I'm saying. What becomes truth, though? Collectively, we account and we sit down together and we say, is that chair black? And we raise our hands. Is it how many think it's black? And the hands go up. And we like to adhere to it and promote this democracy, right? That's a democracy. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that we get to vote on that chair is a democracy. Now, a republic, when I speak on what I'm doing here is I'm navigating through ideology, Republican versus Democratic mindset, right? Because that ideology is embedded into a protocol, a written protocol that's followed. So it's identifiable. So in a republic, when I ask the room to raise their hands and stuff like that, the variable in the room is the black chair. It's present. I can feel it. I can touch it. I can sniff it. I can determine whether the energy around it is do we all agree? We can account. That's in a republic. In a democracy, we don't get to see that chair. It's just a notion like we got a black chair coming in. You know what I'm saying? So like show of hands. Who agree that it's black? Okay, good. We're gonna vote on it. Yeah, the new chair coming in gonna be black. We don't get to ever see it. We might see it on TV. We might like, man, that's a black chair. Yeah, but the TV is a very positive tool. The screen, the black mirror, I like to call it, is a very powerful tool. You can project anything through a black mirror. When it's off, it's black and it's reflective. It works. The mechanism on the inside is projecting an idea to your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind materializes that thought, that idea, and you make it reality. So that's principle. That's mathematics. I can apply that mindset to anything and figure it out. Is what I'm saying here. We can all we can all opt to disagree as a whole, as a collective. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk resolution, right? If everything is bad, if what's going on in Iran is bad, Trump bad, let's speak. Okay, what we do, what we gonna do. I remember me and you having this conversation months ago, might have been a couple of years ago, and you asked me, you know what I'm saying, who I fool with politically. You know what I'm saying? I said, I don't fool with either side. I seek principle minus negative of fear and resolve. I say I will fool with anybody if they preaching resolution. What would resolve our issues and we agree on them collectively, but that's not where we live at. That's not the program. The program is you wait to see what you're gonna see, whether you agree with it or not, whether you know where they come from or not. There's no accountability in this form, in this way of living that we go about today. It's none. And we can't sit here and say there is some. There is none. When you're looking at it, like I said in the beginning, from the projection on the screen. We're not sitting here vetting our public officials as a group. That's not even in the narrative. We don't even talk like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, to talk like that, it's like, ooh, he talking that makes sense shit. Oh, my bad. We can't have that. You know what I'm saying? And I done went, me personally, in my experience with these topics and this type of information, I seek the highest power. You know what I'm saying? I got the ability to speak my way into a room and get in a certain door, right? And I'm well respected in them spaces, and I get to listen and everything. And yeah, what I'm told is hands are tied, and it's something that I'm not a part of that I can't understand. Well, I understand it totally. I won't say I do. I get it. I'm just trying to give the individuals the opportunity to change the narrative, use their platform to kind of change it and speak that narrative. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't. I'm lost. You lost me. Like, we was fine. I was with you until you got to hands are tied. What you talking about?
Until I got to what I was saying is, when I go into these rooms and I get to speak with some of these individuals and I hear the opposite of what I would say is resolve, right? Let's speak of resolution, right? That narrative is dodged intentionally. Hands is tied. Yes. Yeah, that narrative, because now if that narrative is being dodged, there's a fear there. And if there's a fear there, that means you not in control. You can't even speak the change that you think of, because there's a certain narrative. If you speak resolution, you get cut off. Why?
Yeah, because we live in paradise, bro. Like, I don't know if I watched Paradise. It's a great show, but it's because we live in paradise, right? Like,
right. But if we agree with that, then what's the resolve? That's not a practical way to go forward.
It depends, right? Like, that's your perspective on like what's practical, right? That is your right. Like,
there's only one thing left for me to do, and that's take that.
Very true. Right? That's why I said paradise. Like, if you're watching Paradise, you are describing this to the T, right? In any other movie where there are people who are blind, right? Like, we go back, we talk about like the war, like, they lied to us about, us going to war, weapons of mass destruction, this and that and the third, right? Mm-hmm. Like, they are very much so lying to us again, right? Like, we are being lied to again. I don't doubt it at all. Like, when
what we do
is, right, we
What we
practice
do?
getting under the school desk, right? Ain't no, we ain't finna do shit. Like, right? Let's be real. Let's be real.
Hey,
Like, let's be
no,
real.
but
Hold on.
there's one thing we can do
There,
collectively.
no, there's.
There is
I'm
one
not even gonna
thing.
lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's what you gonna say is gonna be very utopian, but that's not real.
No,
Well,
no.
we're not gonna do nothing. Like that's what's gonna happen.
No, we got a platform, right? We
What you talking about?
utilizing right now where we at.
Well,
We
yeah,
communicating on the platform, right?
yeah, for sure. But
We
what
could
I'm saying is,
choose to speak what we want to see.
I mean, yes,
We
I'm
can
not disagreeing with that.
we can choose to talk in that matter. We can choose that.
Okay, let's be
That's
real.
and no that's something you can opt to and say, you know what? I'm gonna just start doing that.
Okay, wait. Let me ask you this, right? Let me
Go
ask
ahead.
you this, right?
Go
Right?
ahead. Go ahead.
You know, we can astro project the good vibes, right? And hope that everybody else is not gonna keep on sipping the juice, right?
No, but I gotta stop you because you used the term hope. And that's something you should never have is hope.
So
Hope,
wait,
see, in the name of seeing your vision, like you're an entrepreneur,
yeah,
right? So
yes,
in order for you to excel and go to the next thing, you have to have some vision, right?
yeah, for sure.
But you're not waking up in the morning saying, I ain't gonna be able to do that. I ain't gonna
That's
be able
true.
to do
But
that.
we are
I'm not
talking
gonna be able
about
to do that. It's the same
no,
mathematics.
we not, but you talking about individualism, right? Like you
Well, no, but collectively we are individuals.
right, yes. So
Right.
as a collective, right? As a collective. Right.
Uh-huh.
Let's go back to something like supernatural, right? Like herding, I'm not, people aren't animals, right? Let's disclaimer this. But like herding animals, right? There's a certain kind of training that goes into that, right? Being able to get your livestock, your herd of people, you know what I'm saying, your flock, as they say in
Uh-huh.
the church, to be able to move, right?
Right.
And in this regard, right now, in the way that things are, right? When you look at our government and you look at the way people are, moving and behaving in society right now with the phones, the screens, all of the distractions, there's like I am not very optimistic that there's going to be any real revolutionary action in the Western world. Now, like what's happening over in Iran, you know what I mean? Like the conflict between Ukraine and Russia and all the other places where those people are like fighting for what they feel is theirs, right? Because that's what's happening. Like that, like they got a different sense of their perception of life is completely different.
Well, their perception is guided by way of the Bible. They are acting out. They are fulfilling prophecy,
I mean,
literally.
very
Like
true.
they are. Let's think about it. When did we strike Iran?
During Ramadan.
During Ramadan, under a blood moon, during on Purim, the Jewish holiday. Now I just gave some gems. You could go figure that out on your own. I'm not gonna speak on what that is, Purim and all of that stuff, and what's the significance of all of it. It's all, like you said, it's religious based, but who are the individuals and what text and context are they speaking and reading from to usher in whatever agenda is in place? It's biblical. I mean, I could go revelations over and over, and prophecy have to be fulfilled by way through government. This is how they think.
Very much so. I mean, and that's
Right.
why
This is
like
how
I said,
this but the now that we know and understand that, we agree to that, the question still remains. What do we do next? Once we know all of this stuff, we could put it down, sit it to the right. Let me look at you.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. I don't have the answers.
Right.
I
So
don't have.
and
I don't have.
that's the perfect answer.
I don't have
I
the answer.
don't I don't know. That's where you can start. With I don't so and you let your own vision guide you. Cut the program off. That's my advice to anybody out there listening. And you really want to see some stuff, try it. Cut the TV off for 2 weeks. You just gotta. The program is there because there's an agenda with that. That's the reason why sometimes you gotta ask yourself when you turn on the news, why are they showing me? Why do I need to know some of this stuff? And not only that, I should be upset because you're giving me 30 seconds of some information and you moving on to the next thing. That's gotta be scripted and by design. It's gotta be. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like you gotta ask yourself as a normal, if you call yourself a normal human being, you gotta ask yourself, is that type of behavior normal? Would you call your partner up with some information and then hurry up and change the topic? Some people communicate like that. To this day, somebody out there knows somebody who start off and then all of us once you start trying to give your thoughts on it, they go on to the next thing. Oh, you got a question, they on to the and all right, let's talk about something we know. Oh, that's another problem. We can't even really get into that because we don't really know nothing. We could talk about ourselves, but who really knows theyself? To talk about themselves, to use I statements. I went through this, I did this, I accomplished that. This is how it made me feel. You know what I'm saying? We could start there with each other. What's going to happen is, and I love to give this analogy, it's more power at the bottom of the pyramid than at the top. In fact, the top needs the bottom to be in a certain mindset so it could flourish. You know what I'm saying? So that show you right there where the power at. That show you right there. So now we know we got power in numbers. So all we have to do one by one is just start saying, when the BS come, we're saying, I don't want to fool with that. You got the power. I tell my wife all the time, the most powerful word in the world is N-O, no, or K-N-O-W, to know. It's the most powerful word in the world. You can cut off any, we speak in English, so I like to say we cast spells on each other all the time by words, by thought, through word. You know what I'm saying? The best spell breaker is the word no. Because after the word, you can't do nothing. There's nothing that anybody could do you once you say no.
I mean, this is true. Like, and like I was saying earlier, not disagreeing with you, but I knew you was gonna say some real utopian shit, bro. Like I knew.
I live on a whole nother plane of existence.
Yeah,
right?
Bro,
It's difficult sometimes to I like to layer the dimensions from 3D, 4D, 5D in terms of how I speak, so you can kind of get a vision in how you see it and how I'm processing it through my mindset.
So it's not fine, but if we talking practicality, right? Like being practical, right?
That's practical. That's the easiest thing we could do.
It's
as
not
a collective.
Not as a collective. Like you're gonna have to be Jim Jones and get them to drink the juice, bro.
History. No, see that's the problem. You keep thinking we gotta get somebody to drink some juice. Leave people alone,
bro.
Leave people be to their own.
Right, but if you but what you saying, right? Like we're gonna wrap and we gotta wrap in a minute, so we're gonna wrap this up.
Cool.
What I am not disagreeing with you that people have to, discern for themselves. But to have collective action, there has to be a universal stream of consciousness, and people have to be able to come together and form community and be on the same accord. And if there's no leadership, right? People, right? Like we just go back to us being animals. If there is no leadership, then everything is just gonna go awry. It could be free loving, yes, but if there's no real order, people, because of the propaganda, because of the comfortability of technology and things like that, they're not going to rebel or be moved to collective action.
It's not about rebellion though.
If we are talking in the sense of, right, we are living under a government that is not particularly serving the people in a way that is best for the life, health, and wealth of the general public, right? You just said that the bottom of the pyramid keeps the top of the pyramid strong.
But so what do we want as a collective?
If the bottom of the pyramid has the bottom of the pyramid is crumbling, like as a collective, right? Like the bottom of the pyramid don't even know that it's strong, right? Like because of the capitalist industrial complex, racism, imperialism, all of the isms, if no one knows that they have any strength, and it is just leave them to their own devices, people are going to do what they've always done, is sink into the comfort of their minds. They're not going to do the hard thing. They are going to wait until they are led to be able to do that, or inspired to be able to do different. We see that, right? These people have been living under this theocracy for over 30, 40 years, not even liking it. The women can't wear whatever it is they would like to wear. They say
Right.
different stuff on the internet, people living free, like, you know what I mean? Not being
Right.
oppressed by this specific government. So like those people were spurred to action though. Like this
Right.
time they were spurred to action by America. But the last time they were spurred to action by the Ayatollah Khomeini or Khomeini, I don't know which one it is, but one of the meanies spurred them to
Yeah.
action. So what I'm
Okay.
saying is, in response to what you are saying, is that like it can't, like, I don't disagree with the vibe that you are projecting. As far as
Well, it's anti-fear
I mean,
because it's anti-fear because everything else is
but
fear.
but the thing is, right, like there won't, that's why I said it's not, that's why I'm saying it's impractical, because as long as governments exist, fear is going to exist, because as we spoke earlier, there has to
No,
be fear,
the government. Why would you fear your government?
because like what, like if
Listen, because you vote for your government.
you like
You put the people. You put the people. Look, you go through a whole thing. The government. You don't work for the government. The government works
you
for the
right,
people.
yes, the government works for
Right.
people, right?
But what are the people saying?
But no. Let's look at history, bro. That's what I'm saying. If we're
That's I'm being realistic because the
that's not
protocol. Remember,
realistic. That's not realistic.
remember. I'm military and we protect and serve the Constitution.
This is true, but
And then the Constitution was written for the people by the people. The people is us.
who were the people? No, the people was
The
them.
people was us.
The
Well, all right.
people was
The
them.
people. No, if the people, if you when you go, that's why I said like don't believe nothing I say. If you think them people who look opposite of you was the people who wrote that,
Not
you
this don't even have
mistaken.
no. This don't have
You
nothing to do. This don't have nothing
this is
to do with.
right.
This has
This
nothing
what I'm
to do
saying
with.
is
This don't have nothing to do with color. That's what I'm saying. Don't have
right.
nothing
Okay.
to
What
do.
right? So
Them
who is
is
them though?
them is the elite. Them is the people.
Okay, cool.
Like
Okay, cool.
I don't know. I wasn't there. I
All right.
wasn't
So what I'm saying is that's perfect. You wasn't there. I'll take that.
there.
I wasn't. So if you
Wait.
wasn't there, hold
When
up.
they wrote the Constitution, they wrote the Constitution that benefited a specific subsect of people. Now, what those people
No,
look like? Yes,
no,
yes,
no,
yes.
no,
So like,
no,
wait.
no. There's because there's no laws and statutes within the Constitution. It's common law.
Yes,
Common law, and there's one. It's two rules in common law. It's two major rules. Don't steal from nobody and don't touch nobody. It's two major rules in that. Don't steal and don't touch. You can look at it up and down. Anything outside of that, you use your will as long as that's not affecting the version of yourself, a reflection of yourself, a person, an individual.
so
That's how it was written.
the context in which this document was used, right? Okay.
So now, but let me inform
Wait,
you. Let me inform you. There's two constitutions. There's the original 1776, and then there's the Organic Act of 1871. Right now, we are under the Organic Act of 1871, which gave power from the people to the corporate state called the United States, all caps. So now anything that's birthed under the corporation is state property.
Right.
This is so your viewpoint is correct, based on the Organic Act of 1871. That's not what I'm talking about.
I mean, yeah, but like this is what I'm saying is right. Like, no, what I'm saying is no smoke and mirrors, practicality in action, right? Like, and as far as what is actually practical in action is that the document as it was formed, as the masses understand, because you cannot lead a group of people when they don't understand or have a direct correlation with what it is you're trying to give them. Like,
Well,
it has to.
here's the thing. You've been programmed for so long. When I start doing what's right, it's gonna look wrong to you.
And that might be true. Right?
It's just something to think about. It's not about truth.
Well,
If
no,
you've been walking down the street and you know this one particular way, and you come back and it's a loophole somewhere, something changed, you're gonna question that. You might even fear that because you don't know where it came from. You haven't heard them words before ever. So you don't know, and lo and behold, it could have been the right way, but
it
you
could
wouldn't
have
even
been.
know. You wouldn't even know because you have to defend what you've been programmed to adhere to.
So what I will push back on that is it's not is you right, like you as the person that has the message. It is the responsibility falls on you to interpret that message in a way in which your audience can receive it. So, like, if you have some knowledge that is unforeseen to a specific group of people, and you feel as though like this is the right thing to do, then you have to, right? Like, which you know what I'm saying? Like politicians are massive. This you got to convey that. You got to convey that message in a way which people are gonna understand in the most in depth way. Like otherwise,
Well, there's
those
this thing
words
called national security, though.
but yeah, for sure, right?
Right,
Like,
all right. So, and do you understand what that phrase means? It's a
right?
threat to national security. Do you
Yeah,
understand what that means? What
for
does it
sure.
mean?
Like, it
What
means
does it
we
mean?
got
No,
we
give
got
me an
the
example.
nation secure. Like, what do you like? What
No,
you talking about?
no. A threat to national when that term, see, it's just like you hear that term and that's where your mind go, right? But here I have inside information. I'm gonna
What's a
tell you
threat?
what that term. I'm gonna tell
What
you
does
what
it mean?
that term means. The threat to national security is the body of the citizens, right? So that means if you've been programmed, let's say you've been programmed for 100 years, and when I say programmed for 100 years, you're not 100 years old. What I'm saying is your DNA passed down to you is programmed as well. So these programs exist within you and you pass them down to your offspring too. That's how powerful this stuff is, right? And when that's been the way, and lo and behold, it's got you in this loophole. You did as today it's got us in a debt loophole. Like how do we get out of debt if it's 39 trillion? You did that's just example. I'm just using that as example, but we end up with these loopholes and whatnot, right? When and at some point, someone or something or some force is going to have to come along and reroute that. Now, how do you go about that? You have to think about national security, the security of your mind, every individual's mind. If I truly care about you, I won't say certain stuff. I could get on your platform right now and just give you everything. And it's going to melt faces. People going to cry. Some people might even commit suicide. If I tell you what I understand, not what I know, what I understand. Simple. I'll shut this down with what I've seen. You can't tell the public that way. I can't just come because somebody is going to fight that and defend what they've been programmed to do.
I ain't
That
disagreeing with
result,
this.
wait, that result, that's what creates civil wars. It's just like the financial system jacked up. It's a debt loophole. It's like, hey, look, Japan. Look, I want to introduce an asset-backed financial system. Yeah, I want digitized or tokenized gold in a cryptocurrency way, right? I'm gonna splice a digital dollar off it, and then that way, when I pass out dollars, them dollars gonna be backed by all the assets that I got on this particular ledger. I just gave y'all $1 million of information. Go find out what I'm talking about. That's how you do it. Now I could come out and tell the public, hey, yeah, but we about to change the financial system from debt to gold. They're gonna have a body of people that's gonna sprout up out of nowhere with guns blazing. No, the hell you not, because they live for this. The agenda is back. It's projected on the TV every day to keep this loophole going. It's designed that way. So no, the leader who gonna make this don't change. They're gonna do it in a way you're not gonna agree.
I don't disagree with that. What I'm
That's
saying
it.
is
Whoever
no.
that is.
Like what I'm saying is this. Like, right, like, you know what I'm saying? People who support Trump, they don't completely agree with everything he's doing. But they think that he is the person that could be able to help deliver them to wherever it is they're trying to go. Not disagreeing with that. What my
Like
point?
I told you,
Hold on, wait.
biblical.
What my point is that he is saying the things to them in a way in which they can understand and or comprehend that is good enough for them to at least consent to that.
No, what he doing is calling the system. He calling him particularly. What he does is he calls it out the way it is. You already accept the way it is. You just don't like him talking about you. It's like that's the like the system is a narcissist system. It don't like accountability for itself. You know what I'm saying? It lack that. You know what I'm saying? So when you told about who you are and what you are, you're gonna automatically disagree with that.
I don't disagree. Yo, everybody,
So collectively,
hold on. Wait.
That's what it is.
Wait, Ray.
Go ahead.
Wait, Ray. This boy going crazy. Everybody, this is my partner Joe. You know what I'm saying? This is my partner Joe. Came to kick it, towards the end. Well, look, me and Ray do this all day long, and we'll argue in circles.
That's not all. I'll be telling you all the time. We don't argue.
I know you.
It's practice. Practice.
We'll practice in circles, right? But it's time for me to go.
Let's get it.
Yo, so
till next time. Look, do this. Let the boy know if y'all want me to come right back on. Like I told him, we could pick any time. We could talk about love. We could talk about the masculine and the feminine. We could talk about this energy. You know what I'm saying? We could talk about food. You know what I'm saying? We could talk about creativity. We could talk about anything. Just have me back.
Next time we get on, we definitely go talk about the masculine and the feminine. I want to get into the war screen, smoke and mirrors deal. Give a little context. I like to talk to you about this. I know you're gonna take it to the metaphysical. I
do.
I know you're gonna. I know.
I can't. I told you I'm an alien. Yeah,
but I don't. I know that. You know what I'm saying. I know that you got something that, that I feel like people should hear, you know what I mean? Like, and there's certain things that you do say that, that I think are gems that, that should be shared and people should be able to hear, to be able to get a different perspective of, what's happening, you know what I'm saying? Like, especially for somebody who does have the experience of war theater and seeing what it looked like and, feel like and being able to give your perspective from the other side, whether they agree or disagree. And I appreciate you coming on, you know what I mean? And, spending this time. Until next time, you know what I mean? Peace, everybody have a great night. We finna go.